Welcome to the Future Self Experiment. I'm Cory Michelle. I have been an entrepreneur in the coaching space for 16 years now. I have created a lot in the last 16 years, but over the last few years, I've become disenchanted with business, with marketing, with how it's all done. And I really saw the growth and the enjoyment of my business decline over the last few years. And I finally realized what was happening. It was like this big aha moment for myself. And I kept getting this hit to share my journey of breaking down my whole business and basically releasing so many things that I was doing, programs, revenue streams, clients, everything, to reset myself so that I could create a business that was fun, fulfilling, a contribution, and of course makes plenty of money. So this is me after I've dismantled everything that wasn't aligned with where I'm going. Welcome to my journey. So let me give you a little bit of context. I have always been entrepreneurial since I was in college. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I've tried a number of different things, and I ended up in my 30s running a business that was purely out of passion and a really cool idea. It was called Conscious 360. We had networking events, we brought people together. But what ended up happening was I didn't know how to sell. Like, I didn't know what product to sell at that time because now it was 19 years ago. And I didn't have the confidence, honestly, to be able to do that. And I had a lot of money stories about myself. Well, what I ended up doing was putting that business on pause for a few months and diving into coaching a little bit. And what ended up happening was I had a lot more fun and I started to generate just as much money as I was making in my networking business. I let the networking business down and I went right into coaching. And that's where I've been for the last 16 years. So, what I've found myself loving is connecting with your future self. I even wrote a book that's going to be released soon at the end of April. So, you'll be able to grab it. And it is the process of how to connect with your future self consciousness because a whole bunch of times in my life, the guidance I've gotten from myself is become the woman that's already done this. Become the woman that's already done this. Become the woman that's already done this. I had $150,000 of debt. Become the woman who's already done this. I wanted to live overseas and have a passport somewhere else. Become the woman who's done it. And so over and over and over, my own internal guidance has been connect with the version of you who's already done that. So I wrote a book, Future You Activated, Becoming the Woman Who's Living Your 10 out of 10 Life. That's my core work, and that's what I've been helping people do for many, many years. But my struggle has been that I don't actually like marketing. I don't like marketing. I don't like selling. I don't like all the ways that everybody always sells. I really just want to follow my energy. I want to have fun, and I want to invite people to what I'm doing. I think my ideal client is someone who wants to hear what I have to say and feels activated by it, is not some demographic of some 40-plus-year-old woman who does yoga, who has done a lot of personal growth work in the past and feels stuck or stagnant in their life. I feel like, and I've had this awareness many times, is that I'm actually here to connect with the people in the right moment where I have a key for them. Like I have something that I'm going to say that activates some sort of clarity within them or some sort of energy within them because I'm an activator. And if you look at my history of program names, it's activation is one of the top words in almost every single one of my programs. So I'm an activator. Now, if you look at my human design and my astrology and my numerology and my gene keys, it all says the same things. When Cory talks, things restructure. It's really hard to market. How do you market that? Hey, I'm going to talk and you're going to get clarity from that. I'm not going to teach you how to put these three things together so that you have this result and give you this framework. I am actually going to give you a process of opening yourself up to your meta consciousness where you can see and observe yourself so you're not reacting emotionally. You can choose from your future self consciousness, which basically means you're living in the end. And so, like, I could talk about this for hours, but how do you say all of that in a marketing message on a sales page? I haven't figured it out in an effective way that I feel like brings it together. So I've had this thought for months that said, why don't you just start sharing about your journey? Just start sharing about your journey with no agenda. I don't have an agenda to sell you something, though I will have things to invite you to, because that's what I do. in my previous life, I was an event planner. And one of my favorite things to do, and how I actually became an event planner, was I figured out that I love inviting people to the party. I love bringing people together for a purpose, for a reason, for some catalytic moment. And one of my most favorite things I've invited people to is future self parties. Future self parties have been off the charts, and so many people who have come to my future self parties have actually created what they were embodying in and projecting in their future self party. I feel like the way I need to approach this is got to be so different, so radical, so revolutionary that I leave a few things in the past. I want to share with you today what I'm committing to and what I'm committing to not doing anymore. Okay. So the things I'm no longer going to be doing, I'm no longer going to be selling. I don't want to sell. I don't like it. I never liked it. I always feel like I get weird when I go into some pitch. I don't think I'm good at it. I'll be having this amazing transmission. And then all of a sudden, it's like time to do the pitch. And then I turn into a different person. In 16 years, I haven't been able to get good at that. So maybe I need to do it in a different way. So that's number one. I'm no longer going to sell. I will, though, invite, because I love inviting you to the party. I love inviting you to things that I'm super excited about. So expect invitations, no selling. Okay. DAX, you know, the marketing thing where they're like, here's all the things and here's how much it costs. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to run through a list over and over and over like Russell Brunson. No offense, Russell Brunson. I love you, but I'm not doing that. I can't do it. It's completely ineffective for me. And I feel like a bro marketer when I do that. I hate it. I hate it. If you feel the same, let me know below. I am no longer doing any sort of marketing schemes that aren't a full yes for me just because they work in the marketing world or they worked for somebody else. I'm just not doing them. I am literally only going to do things that I get a yes on. Now, that seems pretty obvious if you know anything about human design. I'm a sacral authority, so I should only be doing things that are a yes, but I also have an open head if you know anything about human design, and that makes me subject to having pressure about doing things the way everybody else is doing it. So I'm giving that up. I'm saying I'm going to give that one up. So no more marketing schemes. I'm only going to do things in a way that feels really good, even if nobody else is doing it. And I think that's been a big thing for me, especially in the last 5 or 6 years, doing things in my own way that I don't see anybody else doing and just doing them anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. Also, you can count on me not to convince you to buy anything that I have. I'm not going to convince you. If you don't want it, if you don't want to come to my party, you don't have to. I am not going to be offended. But if you want to come, you should come. But if you don't want to come, I'm not going to try to convince you. I haven't done that for a long time, but so much of the marketing is trying to convince people to buy the thing. And I'm just not going to do that. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to say you're invited, and then you're an adult. You have full choice. If you want to come, you can come. Okay, that's that. Now, I'm not setting financial goals anymore. Done. I'm not setting financial goals. For me, financial goals have always just killed my energy because money is not my primary driver. Like, I like having lots of money. I've had a $500,000 business. I've made multiple six figures for over 16 years. Every time I put a financial goal, it just kills it. But when I put my energy into being a contribution, having fun, doing things that I'm really interested in, diving in, really contributing to people, that's when my income explodes. So yes, I'll have my $1 million business, but that's not my goal. My goal is to activate people's future self-consciousness so much and so deeply and so effectively that you can easily step into your future self at any moment and become her. That's what I want. I want the world to know how to do that. Okay. Now, the other thing I'm not going to be doing anymore is what everybody else is doing. I'm just not going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm only going to do what is a full yes for me. And if it's not a full yes, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to even do that. That's why we have this very raw YouTube video. It's not going to be perfect. I am not going to do crazy edits and make it look super fancy. I mean, maybe I will someday, but right now I'm not. If I get the yes, I will. Okay, now here's what I am committing to. Every day I'm going to be asking, what can I contribute to the world today? What contribution can I be to the world? I'm going to ask that every single day. And I do already ask that, but I'm going to ask it from this place of a clean slate. Like, I have no agenda. What contribution can I be and receive? That's the question. Then I'm going to ask every day, what energy can I be today to show up fully as my future self? Now, in my world, my future self doesn't settle. My future self doesn't say yes to things when I really want to say no. My future self is purely in her joy. My future self shows up as a woman that I can count on and that I'm proud of. My 10 out of 10 future self is a woman who is like all in for her dreams and her life and what she says. My future self has a high level of integrity also. So those are the things I'm looking at. In my book, I go through where I have a whole mapping process that you get in the book where you map out your future self. So you'll know exactly what your values are, what your priorities are, what your standards are, and where your integrity is at with each one of them. Because I think this is really important. If you don't know this, then how can you step into being your future self? Like a lot of people think it's just about wearing certain clothes or driving a certain car. And I don't think that it has anything to do with that in the world of your future self. So, showing up every day as a 10 out of 10, proud of what I put my time, energy, and attention into. Whereas I can say at the end of the day, I am proud of myself. Like, I am proud of myself. I did a good job today. I'm also committing to building a community and contributing to people. Like, I want to share my gifts and I want to see other people activated and living their 10 out of 10 lives. That's what I want to see. I want to see it all around me. I want to see so many people around me that's undeniable that the future self concept and activating your future self, living your 10 out of 10 life has caught wildfire and that so many people are doing it that the whole world changes. That's what I want to see. That's my vision for the world. I am committing to following my energy, which I would be my sacral every single day. No exceptions. So you'll see me say no to things that other people want me to do. You'll see me say yes to things that everybody's like, why are you going in that direction? Part of my whole design and how I've been since I was very young is I zag when everybody else is zigging. Is that how it goes? Zigzag. Yeah. And I sort of will go off the beaten path and I will do things a little bit revolutionary like that. I like to put things together that other people don't put together. I like to bring together concepts that other people aren't even thinking about and go, what about this? Have you looked at this? And people are like, no, I haven't looked at that, but boom, something opens. Okay. And I'm committing to doing it my way through what matters to me the most, through my values, through my priorities, and through my standards. So I'm committing publicly. It's a little scary. I'm a little nervous. And this feels very vulnerable to state this because there might be days where I fail and days where I'm not so proud of myself. But this is my commitment because I want to see what it creates by doing it publicly. So I don't know how many videos I'm going to do. I don't know what the cadence is going to be, but I can guarantee you that every time I show up here, that I will be authentic. I will share exactly what's going on, and I'm going to share my results. All right. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. And if you want to get a copy of the book, get on the wait list with the link below.